Welcome to our bee smoker lighting the smoker session. Smoker is really important when you're beekeeping. Having the smoke going can calm your bees down. Sometimes they might get a bit angry and a puff of smoke or two really settles the situation. So I'm going to walk you through the different ways you can light a smoker. There's two in particular that we think is a fantastic way of doing it. We're using smoke, we're using fire that can be very, very dangerous. So we always carry some water to put the smoker out in an emergency. You'll also notice that our smoker is in a nice metal pail. Out here in the scrub, you put your smoker on the ground, you could start a fire. So we keep it in that metal pail just to contain it all, makes it a little bit safer. Now, in terms of fuel load, what you're going to use in your smoker to get that smoke puffing away nicely, you've got a range of choices. First, it's important, you want white smoke coming out of your smoker. A white smoke is cooler than a blue smoke. If you see blue smoke coming out of the end, that's a bit too hot, that's going to do your bees more harm than good. So find something that you have laying around that will make white smoke. Egg cartons, they're a great source of fuel. Toilet rolls, everybody's got a toilet roll handy. These are cheap. A little bit of old newspaper. It's good to get the fire started, but once it's up and lit, it's not the best source. It burns way too quick. For us out here, pine needles. We have lots and lots of pine needles, so that's a really good source of white smoke. The only downside to pine needles is the pine resin leaves a lot of gunk inside your smoker, so you have to clean it more often. But this is a great way of doing it. So let's open up the smoker and I'll show you how we fill it and get it ready for lighting. So the first method that I'm going to show you is a cardboard log method. So what we'll do here, we'll grab our smoker, we'll take the lid off. You can see this is my trusty smoker. This is nearly 10 years old. Clearly the lid comes off. So we're getting our cardboard. We want to make it so that it fits inside our smoker quite nice like that. Once we've got the rough shape, obviously this one's a bit more square than round, but so be it. We can take our pine needles here and pack it into our cardboard. What we're doing here is we're making a nice dense pile. Bring that up nice and close. Okay, nice and tight. Now we're going to light the bottom of this, stick it inside our smoker here, and then the fire will draw up slowly. This is a great way. This lasts for a long, long time. So we're going to light this over our smoker here. See there, got a bit of flame going. Pack that into the smoker. A couple of gentle puffs. And it won't be long, and that'll take off. Keep that over our pail here. Now, smokers don't light in an instant. It does take sometimes 5 or 10 minutes to get the smoker going, but it is well worth the time doing it before you start. Before you suit it up, or just as soon as you put your bee suit on, get that smoker going, then approach the bees. You can see we're slowly getting a little bit of smoke here. If I put the lid on, a few puffs. Now, With your smoker, be careful. The sides will get very, very hot. If you're cleaning it, never put the billows in the water. So always have it cable tied up like this, or some sort of holder to soak the bottom section. When I do clean my smoker, I like to use hot water with a bit of vinegar. Soak it for a couple of hours, take it out, and then get my hive tool and clean all the gunk out of it. Bit hard to see in that camera. As a hobby beekeeper, if you've only got 1 or 2 hives, you're probably only cleaning your smoker at the end of the season. If you've got more than that, you might have to clean it a couple of times a season. Or if you're moving different apiaries, different locations, you might clean your smoker after each apiary, just as a biosecurity measure. So you can see we've only got a very small amount of smoke here. We'll let that puff away. So while that one's trying to take hold, I'll show you an alternative way with another smoker I've got here. This one is much cleaner, it's used far less often, and the lid stays on. Happy days. So this one here, we filled that up first time and we're waiting for it to take hold. With this one here, we're going to fill it the bottom third first because we're not going to use cardboard. Once that bottom third is taken, we'll fill it another third and then we'll top it up a final third as well. So to get that one started, just going to grab a little bit of newspaper, stick that in the bottom there. Take a few of the pine needles, put that in on top. Now it looks like that's about half full, but it's not. It's just the paper there sticking up. That will burn and compact down really quickly. So I'm looking inside here, trying to get that paper lit, and the pine needles as well. You'll notice I hang or hold my smoker on the side. I find it lights easier than having to try and light it up this way from the very beginning. You could definitely do this with your bee gloves on as well. That'd take a little bit of the heat away. So it's smoking a little bit, but it's gone out. It hasn't really taken like we'd like. So we'll keep trying. Starting to take just a little bit. So we'll give it a few puffs. Give it a little bit more of the dry pine needles. Try not to put too big of sticks in there. Here we go, that's starting to light up a bit. We want to be careful. It's a smoker, it's not a flamer. We don't need the flame once we've got it up and running. So now the fire is taking hold there on the paper. We can put it out a little bit. I'm trying to get some of these pine needles lit. There you go. If you're puffing your smoker like this, you see you start getting some nice puffs. That's the white smoke we're looking for. Really nice white smoke, nice and cool. So now that's fairly well taken. We'll add a little bit more in here. You could use your hive tool, push the materials down with your hive tool, that's okay. You could use your toilet roll. Give this one a bit of a smoke as well. So you see that's taken some time to light. but that will outlast this one probably 2 or 3 times as long. This one we'll have to constantly top up. So I've put the toilet roll in there as well. We'll just close that lid for a minute. You can see the nice puffs of smoke here. If you're like me, you'll be so engrossed in your beekeeping that you'll forget to check your smoker. So what I try and remember is check 2 frames or 2 bars and then check your smoker. And that's as simple as doing your inspection, coming over, puff, puff, it's still going well. It's been 5 minutes, maybe I'll have a look inside. There's still lots of material. Put the lid back on. This one here, nicely lit now. This will last at least half an hour, probably a bit longer. This one here, this will last maybe 15 minutes if the smoke is chock full of material. In this case, we haven't quite filled it up yet. Like that, it'll probably last 10 minutes. As long as we keep giving it a couple of puffs here and there. Putting your smoker out. When you've got your smoker like this, if it's safe, you can take the cardboard out. That's stuck in there, so I'm not going to take that out today. You might be able to take it out and just extinguish the bottom. Pat it down inside your pail. Ideally though, pour it all out. Get your water. Pour your water in your pail. Everything goes out, nice and safe. Technically, as beekeepers, we can light our smokers in some states on total fire ban days. My recommendation, don't do it, don't bother. There's a lot of restrictions. I don't want to go into it in depth because it varies from state to state. But if the conditions are such that your fire service or your local government has said it's not safe, fires are dangerous today, don't take your smoker out. If you've got to check your bees, do it without the smoker. Some people will spray a sugar water solution. I'm not a big fan. I find that it makes my gloves sticky, makes the bees sticky, just makes it harder to work. If I really have to go out and check my bees on a total fire ban day, I'll leave the smoker at home. I do what I have to do as quickly as I can, and then I get out of there. And if the bees do get angry, I close it up, walk away from the hive, I come back another day. Why would you risk starting a fire? I hope that's been helpful for you. It's not difficult to light a smoker, but it is important to do it properly. Only use proper fuels. Don't use chemicals. Don't start your smoker with petrol. I've had people on face-to-face courses come up to me and say, my old man was a beekeeper back in the day. He'd fill his smoker chock full to the top, cap of metho in it, lights every time the first time. My response to that was, did your dad have eyebrows? So dangerous. Not good for you, not good for your bees. Use natural fuels. Use it properly. Be safe. Thank you. I'll see you on the next video.